Hi, and welcome to the Zentrix YouTube channel, where we discuss SAP data integration and business intelligence related topics to help you to run your business more efficiently. In this video, we're going to walk through how to create a simple SAP Analytics Cloud dashboard. In this video, we will cover importing datasets, how to create a model, how to create a story, adding charts and table, change the styling, and adding a navigation filter. Before we begin, please make sure you're subscribed to our channel to help you get the most from your SAP data. So let's start. As we see on the screen, this is a HR sample dataset, and the first step to creating your SAP SAC dashboard is to load some data. So how do we do that? Navigate to your SAC tenant. Under the Stories tab, look for Modeler. When you get to the Story tab, click on Acquired Model, because you want to acquire your model or import your model into SAC. Click on a classic model, ensure you have Start with Data checkbox selected. SAC has a myriad of data sources you can pick from, but in our case, we have a simple CSV file we want to acquire into SAC. So click on File, click on Select Source File to pick the file from your local PC. Here's a sample file. Now we're going to open it. If your first row is your column headers, then ensure this button is ticked. Let's go ahead and import our data into SAC. Our data upload has now completed successfully, and we have no issues detected. The next step is to peruse through your model to ensure that all your measures and dimensions are mapped correctly. In our case, we see that our engagement score is mapped incorrectly. Because we require no aggregations on the engagement score, we would make this a dimension and not a measure. To change that, click on Type and Generic to make it a dimension. Our column has now been maintained as a dimension. I'm going to go ahead and create the model. Click on Create Model and Create to save the model. You can create a new folder and put your model inside of that. We now have a new folder called Sample HR Model. Now we're done with the model and everything looks good. The next step is to move on to creating a simple story in SAC. We have 4 types of stories: the responsive story, the canvas story, the grid, and then stories with smart discovery. In our case, we're going to go with a responsive story, but more than that, we're going to leverage a template. So I see I already have a HR sample template here, so I'm just going to click this. Click on Optimize Design Experience. But if you do not have a HR sample template, then you can use any of the templates and tweak it according to your needs. Using a template allows us the opportunity to leverage pre-existing designs in our story. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this placeholder widgets for a numeric point chart. It's going to prompt me for model selection. So in order to tie our dataset, which is an SAC, to our story, we have to pick a model. Click on our sample folder and select the model. The model has now been selected. We're going to select our primary values because numeric point charts are for one-figure values. We're going to click on salary, and now we can see our total salary is 21 million USD. We're also going to create a simple bar chart and then a table. Bar charts are best used for slicing by categorical variables. So I'm first going to select a measure as well as a dimension. So in this case, we're going to see the salary by department. Next up, we're going to create a table. I'm going to delete this placeholder widget. Click on Table. By default, our account dimension has been selected. Now we're going to pick the dimensions we want in our table. As we can see in this table, one of the measures in our account dimension has already been selected. So let's go ahead and pick the relevant rows. In this case, we're going to just pick 4 rows that we want included in our table: department, employee, name, and manager. So now we have our table. We can now go ahead and delete all the other placeholders that we do not need to ensure we have a consistent design. Click on any controls, charts, or placeholder widgets that we do not need and delete them by pressing Delete. So once you click on Filter, the left pane pops up and you can set the dimension you'd like to use for filtering. So in our case, that would be position, and we click on all members to ensure that all the members of this dimension are available in real time for slicing and dicing. Now that's on. We can go ahead and preview our data, but first we have to save it. You can press Ctrl S on your keyboard or simply click Save. Once saved, we can go ahead and preview our data and see what it looks like in real time. That concludes our walkthrough of creating a simple SAP SAC dashboard. I hope you found this helpful and you are now ready to go ahead and create your first SAP Analytics Cloud dashboard. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more great SAP BI related content.